People in the Middle, an original piece by David Jekyll. We are all just men and women in the middle. We live in the greatest nation on earth, and that nation is rapidly falling to a level of the third world. Our leaders on the left blame the leaders on the right. Our leaders on the right blame our leaders on the left. The far right and the far left seem intent to divide our people by race, color, creed, and belief. These selfsame leaders seem to care more about their power, their policies, and less of the fact that these policies have our nation crashing down around the ears of all of us who stand in the middle. Our elected leaders seem intent on screaming at the top of their lungs, not understanding or caring that they cannot listen when their own mouths are wide open. The goals of our leaders seem only to scare and frighten the majority of our people. The leaders on both sides have their lunatic friends who yell and scream like they're at a rock concert, or they yell and scream or threaten people who do not blindly follow the will of those selfsame leaders. And yet the majority of us sit in the middle. The left and right have their celebrities who believe that they deserve to be listened to because they are celebrities, not the fact that even though they might work hard to make their own living, their voices carry no more weight than mine or anyone else in the middle. These selfsame leaders seem to forget one very important fact, and this fact is our saving grace. And this fact is the only thing that will save our nation from falling into ruin. These leaders forget the fact that their power is given to them from the people in the middle. And if we come together as the great nation we were and can be again, the men and women in the middle, if we come together and listen to each other, solve our problems, and stand up together, can save our nation's people, our nation's pride, and our nation's place in this world. The leaders on the right and the left know this fact, and it is the only thing that scares them. The leader on the left and right both know that if they stop shouting, stop screaming for 2 seconds, that the great majority of the people will figure out that they, and not the leaders, not their lunatic friends, and not their celebrity mouthpieces, have the power to put our nation back on the path it was intended to take. They know this fact, and that is why the election times draw near. The amount of shouting from these leaders, from their lunatic friends, and from their celebrities will increase in the hope that these shouts will keep the majority in the middle confused, frightened, and angry at each other. But it does not matter when these selfsame leaders, whose only talent and skill is blaming everyone else for the problems of our nation, drag our nation down far enough that the majority in the middle get mad enough, angry enough, and disgusted enough. No amount of shouting from anyone will stop us from seeking and finding the courage to bring our nation back to where it should be. The strength of our nation has always been the majority in the middle. Thank you.